Model 3 is making it to European stores. Gigafactory 1 may produce new cells soon. Tesla Energy has two high profile projects. And Tesla was recently a victim of embezzlement. This is Tesla Tidbits episode number 469 for November 14th, 2018. We start the show at Inside EVs, where our European friends are getting a treat. The Model 3 display fleet is on its way to European stores, where fans and reservation holders can finally get a widespread chance to have a look at Tesla's industry-wrecking sedan. Per the article, invitations have went out to reservation holders in France, Belgium, Germany, Sweden, Norway, and Italy, with more to come. If you're a reservation holder in or near any of these countries, make sure you're keeping a close eye on your email for an invitation to see the car you've been waiting for years on. The cars are supposed to make their way to stores starting today, November 14th. We now take a look at two different Tesla Energy projects, providing significant storage to both. Firstly, we check out Teslarati, which reports that Tesla Energy will be part of a massive 2.2 gigawatt-hour project in California that is intended to supplant three natural gas-powered plants operated by Pacific Gas and Electric. Tesla is one of four companies that will be participating. Dynegy leads the way, providing 300 megawatts of power, followed by Tesla providing 182.5 megawatts. Hummingbird Energy Storage supplies 75 megawatts, and MNOC rounds it out with 10 megawatts of its own to total 567 megawatts of energy. With all systems rated at 4 hours, this puts the system's capacity at 2.2 gigawatt hours of energy. The other project is in, where else, Australia. We already have heard about the Adelaide project at length, and we've even been told about a virtual power plant project as well that would allow the grid to draw from private power walls. But Ars Technica tells us that we need to add this 105 kilowatt / 420 kilowatt hour community project in Western Australia to the list as well. While they're dubbing this as a virtual power plant too, it instead relies on a community-usable power pack installation, as opposed to the other virtual power plant project relying on the personal power walls. The idea is similar though, where 52 shares of the project were offered up to people with solar panels on their homes and were immediately snapped up. Their excess power will be fed to the grid, and the power pack will then charge, although there is no guarantee that solar power specifically will be charging the battery, since once the power is in the grid, there's no way to specifically know what power is what. Each of the participants will be responsible for providing 8 kilowatt hours to the community battery, and then be able to draw off it when necessary. This will cost participants $1 a day to participate for 24 months, rather than putting forth a big lump sum up front in order to purchase their own batteries. Next, Electrek brings us a story from Jerome Guillen's recent appearance on CNBC. Tesla's president of automotive gave an interview from Gigafactory 1 and gave us an interesting tidbit from the interaction when talking about Tesla cells. Quote, "We are improving the design of the cell. The design of the cell is not frozen. It evolves, and we have a nice roadmap of technology improvements for the coming years." End quote. At some point, if you're a manufacturer even considering entering the EV market, you have to be a little discouraged. With Tesla already the leader in cost per kilowatt hour, as well as efficiency, and with no manufacturer having their own dedicated battery production, it makes it nearly a hopeless errand to try and catch Tesla, who is already improving a cell that's only been in service for a bit over a year in the Model 3. It also underscores Tesla's bucking of the industry in immediately implementing improvements in its vehicles, rather than adhering to the model year method of the rest of the industry. While Tesla will immediately benefit from its research, other manufacturers will have to wait until an arbitrary date that could be many months after the validation of any improvements. While, of course, in the meantime they wait, Tesla is ever improving. Lastly, for this show, we finish with Electrek and a bizarre incident that shows that there's definitely never a dull moment when covering Tesla. The Department of Justice announced that they had charged a former Tesla employee in conjunction with an embezzlement scheme that may have defrauded the company of almost $10 million. Salil Purulekar, formerly a manager in Tesla's global supply management group, was charged with 9 counts of wire fraud and 1 count of aggravated identity theft. From the indictment, he, quote, allegedly used his role to initiate a scheme wherein he diverted money owed to one Tesla supplier and caused it to be paid to another supplier, end quote. Purulekar managed to get paid by then allegedly, quote, falsifying invoices, creating fraudulent accounts payable documents such as bank account information and wire instructions, and impersonating HODA employees, end quote. Hoda is the company that was due the money and had it redirected elsewhere. I hope it was worth it for Perulakar, as the penalty for these offenses is up to 20 years in prison and a $250,000 fine per count. Check out the links to the full stories in the show description. While you're at it, please consider supporting the show financially through Patreon at patreon.com/Tesla Tidbits. Thanks as always to our super patrons supporting the show at the $10 plus level. They are John Waltauer, Drew Schuyler, John Waller, Mark and Sarah Thomas, Ryan Scarborough, Lee Sweet, William Henry Crew III, Dory and Steve Guberman, Bruno Quindici, Joey Boots, Ralph and Cheryl Waterhouse, Adam Raymer Brown, Megawatt Photovoltaic Development, Todd Sullivan, Robert Healy, Mitch Long, Zortec LED Canada, Morvan Ogg, Blake Thompson, Raymond and Deborah Malkowitz, T Sportline, Michael Pastroni, Travis and Cheyenne Rush, Cookie UK, Chris Hovis, Craig Murphy, and Vicky Kirk. If you're looking to purchase a Tesla, you can enjoy unlimited supercharging for your first 6 months of ownership and hook me up with some Tesla swag by using the referral link ts.la/Jim50888 to purchase the vehicle. Of course, if you can't support with dollars, that is quite all right. Feel free to leave a positive review, subscribe, or like the show on your platform of choice instead. If you have feedback for me, the best way to be heard is to tweet at Tesla Tidbits and use the hashtag AskTeslaTidbits if you'd like your question to be considered for the show. I'll see everyone back here again on Friday. Until then, keep it charged and hit the road.